Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson. That's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Anonymous. The subject line is Demon Daily. June is my last chance to ace the LSAT 173 plus. Advice on mitigating RC variance?
Quite a subject line.
Yeah.
Demon Premium member here. I've tried all of the mainstream prep companies and your philosophy has helped me get the most, parentheses, understand the concepts without getting too caught up on gimmicks or formal logic, etc. I probably sound like an a-hole to those struggling to break into the 170s, but my 3-point low undergraduate performance has put me in this spot. I currently have a 160 mid and 170 on record. I need a 173 plus for my law school aspirations. June is my last opportunity to ace the LSAT logic games, and I'm starting to feel the pressure. My last 4 PTs, 175, 178, 180, 171. This recent 171 scared the crap out of me. No wrong on games, 1 wrong on LR, 6 wrong on RC. This is my nightmare scenario, as I still fluctuate anywhere from -0 to -6 on reading comp. My question is, with how tight recent curves tend to be, for those of us that want or need to score 173 or higher, how do you avoid that variance that can derail your score, particularly in reading comp? Anything to focus on in these last 2 to 3 weeks before the June test? Thanks again, Anonymous. Can I first start by saying something that Anonymous should stop focusing on?
Sure.
The damn internet. It's clear to me from Anonymous's vocabulary or the way Anonymous is talking about the test.
Mm-hmm.
You noticed that 3-point low and that 1.6 mid.
Yeah.
These are shorthand. This is how people talk about the LSAT on Reddit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to get off of that shit. You're making yourself crazy by comparing yourself to other applicants. You're talking about curves being tighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're going like you are, you got the crap scared out of you by a 171, which is, by the way, higher than your best score on record. So a 171 would be a step in the right direction. I think that you're creating a glass is half empty scenario for yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of being grateful for where you are. You've got a 180 and a 178 and a 175 in your last 4 PTs.
Yeah.
And you're so worried about and focused on the 171 instead of celebrating the amazing progress that you have made.
Totally. And I think this also ties into Anonymous's claim here that June is their last chance to ace the LSAT. Really? Like, you have -1 on your logical reasoning. The games are going to be replaced with LR. So the change for you appears to be almost insignificant, or it is insignificant.
There are more questions on a section of LR.
Yeah.
So, replace that -0 on games with a -1 on LR.
And you might be up
24 points instead of 23 points.
Yeah.
You might score higher when the games go away, Anonymous.
I mean, the scale will be a little different because it will be out of more questions. But the point is that you're really not trading anything when you get rid of the games.
People can and do score perfectly on logical reasoning.
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason why you need to panic here. I mean,
take it in June, take it in August, take it in September. You're going to kill it.
Do you ever read Poor Charlie's Almanac? It's a book of essays by Charlie Munger, the recently departed Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway partner.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize he departed.
Yep. He finally died.
Oh, he died. That's how. I was like, what, did they end?
No, he didn't leave Berkshire Hathaway. He's still part of Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
He left this realm. Anyway, he did a famous speech at the Harvard Westlake School in Los Angeles where all his kids went to prep school.
Mm,
And it was basically like how to have a bad life.
mm. Okay.
You know, he's teaching you bits of wisdom by teaching you how to not
Not.
go
Yeah.
about your business. This focusing on the bad and this comparing yourself to other people on the internet,
Mm,
this is how you cause yourself a disaster on the June test.
yeah. Well, it's the last chance. There's all these high stakes,
Yep.
focusing on the worst things that could happen as opposed to
Yep.
all the good things that could happen. You have the potential to get a 180.
You have a 180 on your recent practice test record. You have the ability to score perfectly on LR. On your very last test, you said you only missed one. That's not far off of missing zero. There's no reason to think that if you continue to hone your LR skills, you won't be minus zero sharp on LR.
So what
What are you
about reading
freaking out
comp?
about?
Yeah.
Well, focusing on the variance is the wrong thing to focus on.
Hmm.
Why did you miss the questions you missed? There was something there that you didn't read properly. Probably multiple things that you didn't read properly. You picked a wrong answer and you didn't pick the right answer. That could come from not reading the question. That could come from not reading the passage. It could come from not reading the wrong answer you picked or the right answer you didn't pick. Or it could be some combination of all four of those things. But there was evidence in the passage to justify the answers, to justify the right answer. And you
Yeah.
didn't see it. And that's what you should be focusing on is why am I missing these questions instead of focusing on the variance between minus zero and minus six. The
Yeah.
only way to reduce the variance is to get it down to minus zero. Variance isn't your problem. Variance is your friend because law schools only care about your highest score. You should be celebrating the minus zero. You should be celebrating the 180 and the 178 and the 175. You should be thoroughly reviewing the individual mistakes that you're making. But you're doing it wrong if you're panicking about June is my last chance, panicking about one practice test score, which again is better than your highest score on record. Think
Hmm.
about that. Your
Yeah.
worst PT out of your last four is better than your best official score on record.
Yep.
You got to find a little bit of gratitude here, Anonymous. You got to decide that you're lucky to be here. Things are going great. You're a really good bet to kill it in June. The more you think about those things, the more you're likely to actually kill it in June.
Yep.
You should also remember that this is not your last attempt. You have two more attempts at least after this June test. And yeah, the games won't be there anymore, but they also won't be there for anybody else. So you're going to be playing a different game, and it's a game that you're good at. You're good at LR. So there's nothing wrong with you taking it in August and September as well.
You're also good at reading comp, by the way.
Yeah, you're pretty damn good at reading comp. You can sometimes score minus zero on reading comp. Forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Work on the section that you're the worst at. Reading comp seems like that's your worst section, but we're not giving you tips for reducing the variance. We're giving you tips for just improving at the stuff that you're missing questions on. So just work hard at reading comp between now and June and plan on taking it in August and September as well, if necessary.
I think it's almost certainly going to be the case because unless Anonymous gets a 180 or 178, right, in June or August, they probably should take it in September.
Sure seems like it, unless that
Yeah.
LR was like a lucky performance or something. I mean,
Yeah.
I would think that when you get into the post games world, you're going to realize that your PTs are still hovering around 175 or
Hmm.
higher.
Hmm.
And I think you're making a stress bomb for yourself. And it's very common. I don't think you're an a-hole at all. I get it, but you're causing yourself stresses that just don't need to be there. I think you need to take longer time frame, like bigger picture perspective here.
Yeah.
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.